capital gains tax, Division 296, unrealised gains on super. Labor is coming for everything. Most people believe leaving the country is the only way around it. But the reality is there are 5 ways Australian entrepreneurs can protect what they have built. Over the last 20 years, I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs set up and run not-for-profit structures legally and compliantly. Because we don't want to fight the system. That was last decade, guys. We are playing the system. So in this episode, I am going to be stepping you through the 5 ways Australian entrepreneurs can protect their wealth and assets. Number 1, understanding income tax. Now, income tax is only for middle-class people who want to pay tax and support the government. And I want some people to be doing that. Maybe, I don't know, do I? Maybe that was a lie. But income, okay, let's go through it. You need to know this. Now, I have a full episode on it, so you can totally go and watch that episode because it's lit. But in the meantime, income tax is for people that are profiteering. Now, if you don't want to be a profiteer and you want to create an impact, you want to be of purpose, and you provide service to other people or products that are beneficial to other people, isn't that like everybody? Then you can be in an income tax exempt structure. And what that means is that you, number 2, start a structure that is unincorporated or incorporated not-for-profit. Now, people talk about the private and the public. I like to simplify it so that we're not going into some woo-woo esoteric stuff. Let's keep it grounded on the legislation. We've got unincorporated over this side and we've got incorporated entities here. So just like you would have a private trust, which most government departments and every corporation has, you have an unincorporated association as well. Now, unincorporated associations are everywhere. They're your local P&C at your school, at the primary school. They are the canteen at your kids' school as well. They are the local soccer club. They're also the Labor Party, the Liberal Party, the Catholic Church, the Uniting Church, football clubs, all of these entities, and 115 RSL clubs as well in Australia. All of these entities are unincorporated not-for-profit associations. Now, what an unincorporated not-for-profit association means is it is a group of people that have come together to be of service to the greater community. And they are going to be self-governed. And they get to choose if they want to be a income tax exempt entity. And that is all created in their legal governing documents. So just like the Labor Party, the Liberal Party, the Catholic Church, the Greens, all of those guys, they've got self-governing documents that are all available online for you to go and look at their constitutions and see how they are legally doing this in Australia and how any funds that come in are not deemed as income because they are going towards the purpose of those organisations. Now, a lot of you will be like, but I've got a family and a community and I wish that I didn't have to pay income tax because all of my money goes to them anyway. Exactly, babe. So why are you paying tax? It doesn't make any sense. When you are not profiteering, all of your funds are already going to community, to families. And if you had more money, like so many people I speak to, they're like, if I had more money or when I get to this place, then all I want to do is be of service, create a legacy, actually leave something tangible on this planet so that my great-great-grandkids or future generations are benefiting from what it is that I've created in this world. You're a charity already, but you're just doing it through a PTY Ltd or a sole trader, yucky word, sole trader, when you could be set up as a not-for-profit and then you could actually be in the right vehicle so that your organisation can create wealth, it can have investments, it can set up future generations, and it can also create massive systemic change for the future as well. So that is the unincorporated entity. Now, the other thing that we have is incorporated entities. Now, we love to use federally recognised charities as the not-for-profit structure for incorporated entities. And a lot of people are like, that's unethical. Why could you or why could somebody else be a charity? Now, when you actually go onto these websites, the government registered websites, and you actually see who are charities, yeah, sometimes I do vomit in my mouth because I'm like, wow, there is so many people I know that deserve to be a charity more than those people. And that's $1 billion brand that is literally funneling money to bad things. Whereas us and all of the people that I work with are kind-hearted, good people that really want to create systemic change in the world. And why would you be anything else but a charity? So that you can get not only your funds going into the impact and the legacy that you want to create, but when you're a charity, you can get government funding, you can get corporate donations, you can have multiple 6- and 7-figure donations and funding coming in from entities that love to support charities. The only reason the ATO doesn't want to support you is because you've said that you're going to be an income earner. Whereas if you tell the ATO that you want to be a charity and that you want to have income tax exemptions and you also want them to fund you, then they'll, like we've got here, they'll provide you emails that say, we love supporting you as a charity. You're doing amazing. You're income tax exempt. How can we now support you in other ways? Wouldn't you prefer those messages from the ATO? Believe me, it does something completely different to your nervous system where you can actually open up your channel of creativity and allow all of the things that you really wanted to build in this world to come through and actually be funded by corporations and the government. So unincorporated and incorporated entities are a completely different way of living that will support the vision that you are actually here for. And number 3, tax structures aren't the ultimate security anymore. Now, a lot of you know about the federal budget that came out a few months ago, early 2026 in Australia, and it changed the game for everything. Prior to that, everybody had everything in trusts. I know that I had trusts earlier on, and I still have some trusts as well, but now it really has screwed a lot of people over. And we're still in that limbo area until mid-2027, but what we can do instead of using and falling and relying on these trust structures that are now unstable is work in the area that has the most stability in Australia and have structures that are from the most stable sector in Australia and globally as well, which is the not-for-profit space. So when we have these federally recognised charities, it means that we have ultimate security because these structures are not only state federally recognised, they're also internationally recognised. Like the structures that we help people set up, they were from the UK and they are older than Australia is. So that's why they provide the ultimate security. They are older and have been used more. They're older than Australia and they've been used more than any other structures around the world. They're majestic, let's say. And number 4 is working with the ACNC rather than the ATO. Because so many people that come to me or go and see an accountant, a lawyer, anybody, it's always an issue with the ATO. So why do you work with them? Why don't you work with another sector of the government? Oh, because nobody told you there was another sector that you are eligible for if you have the right structures. Now, the ATO, I don't know if you've dealt with them, but when you call these guys, it's like torture for most people. Not only the massive long wait that you have on the phone with them, but you get the most inconsistent results from the people that work there. Well, you know what? When you deal with the ACNC, you get a lawyer that is black or white. They know the system. There is no grey area, so there is no misconceptions and misconstrued information anywhere, similar to what happens with the ATO. These lawyers are lit. It is great to work with them. They answer the phone in generally 10 minutes. Sometimes it's 5. It is so great. And they will tell you exactly, you can do this, you can't do this. Yes, we support you in doing that. Hey, tell me what your charity is about because we deal with all of the charities in Australia and we might be able to link you out with somebody else who provides funding for exactly what it is that you want to do. Can you imagine, instead of working with the ATO who wants to take your money, you've got these lawyers that want you to win and they try to set you up with other people who can support your charity. Like, it blows my mind how amazing this is and nobody knows about it and everybody is, I don't know, too scared to even have a look into it. When you understand that there is another way that is so supportive, honestly, it changes your life. You go out of hustle mode and you actually go into relaxing and calm and you enjoy your business. And instead of it sucking and draining the life force out of you, it energizes you. It gives you joy and you can't wait to do more projects because that's the best thing. When you're in this sector, You get to get funding from outside entities, the government or corporations, and they've got all these projects that you can work on. And guess what? They put out different kinds of funding every single week. Every single week they launch 30 new ways that they want to fund people. How cool is that? And you might say, well, how do I even find that funding? Well, for my clients, we've got AI bots that do it all for them, and they give them a weekly report so that they know exactly what they are eligible to apply for this week. So you could do the same. Set up your own AI bots that go and do the research and see what funding is out there that is relevant for you. And then you apply to 30 grants that week, and you only get about 1 in 5. So if you're applying for 30, that's some really good 6 figures that you could have in your bank account in the next 6 months. So rather than just concentrating on income, we want to concentrate on revenue that comes literally from the government and from corporations that want to fund entities like you. Isn't that a nice afternoon spent? You just spend the afternoon going and researching a couple of grants, apply for those through proposals, and then in 6 months' time, you could have multiple 6 or 7 figures coming into your organization to support your dreams. So much better than having to sell to a whole lot of clients that afternoon and not knowing what you're going to get and making maybe, 5 figures. Why not go to the bigger pools of funding and money and actually get in funding to support your dreams? Guys, there is a number 5 as well. A number 5, which is another way to absolutely change everything and no need to run away anymore. So number 5 is mindset. What you need to understand is that we are programmed middle-class citizens. And what that means is that we are the income earners. We are the ones that pay debt. And we have been programmed multi-generationally by our parents, our grandparents, our great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. All you can do in this lifetime is pay tax and die. They're the 2 things that are the most stable, certain things in the world. But that's not how the elite think. They have got a completely different programmed rule set in their mind. And so this is what I love to work with my clients about is we need to reprogram you, or you have the invitation now to reprogram your mind and realize that you are no longer needing to be a middle-class tax-paying slave. You can actually be an elite thinking creative because creativity is currency. The government funds creativity and innovation. I don't care whether you are a musician or an artist. Do you know how much funding you guys can get? I was speaking to my mates that are artists and musicians, and they were just mind blown how they can go from struggling to having multiple 6 and over time 7 figures come into their accounts and to support them to travel the world and share their artistic gifts with the world. And that's just artists. I don't care whether you're a veterinarian or you're somebody that's obsessed with eucalyptus leaves. Believe me, there is funding for all of those things so that you can get anything that you want to work on funded. And when you understand that you're not the one that has to go out and create the money, that the government is actually going to give you money so that you can go and work on these amazing things, you're never going to be the same again. You go from being a debtor into going to flipping over and realizing that your creativity and your innovative ideas are wealth producing. And you're not the one that has to go and work for it. The government will literally give it to you because they want your ideas. Because I don't know, maybe they've eaten too many babies, but they have literally lost their ability to create new innovation. And so they give you a grant. And people are like, well, why would they give me, $200K to go and work on that idea? Because think about it, if they had a whole team of people working on that idea, it'd probably cost the government 5 to 10 times more to have a team work on it. And that team would probably take and draw that out for 5 or 10 years, whereas they can give you 200 grand and give you 12 months to work on a project, and you're the one that actually gets to work on that and create the innovative ideas for them. So it's actually so much easier for the government just to pay people to go and do that, or for a corporation to pay you to do it. Like, let's say, BHP, one of the biggest companies in the world that's, doing detrimental things to our planet, they've actually got a charity that is all about sustainability. Lol, because whilst they're mining the earth, then they want to help people fix the earth right? And a lot of charities are like that. They have these funds that are there, like charitable funds that they will donate to people that have got causes that help to correct the shitty things that they've done in the world. So you could be the person that absolutely hates BHP and mining that they do, but then you've got a great idea to be able to take their terraformed mine sites and turn them into rainforests, and they want to pay you to do that. And they will pay you multiple millions because it's already part of their constitution of how they are going to correct that land after they've screwed it up so much. So you're the one that has all of these brilliant ideas, and they will literally pay you to go and do that because they could not be fucked to do it. So go and be that innovation creator. Allow yourself to just dream bigger of all of the things that you really wished that you could fix in this planet, or all of the things, the dreams and ideas that you had as a child, but everybody told you that's too big. Don't go and do that. Well, I'm telling you to play a bigger game. Play a bigger game, because these corporations want to fund you to fix the shitty things that they've done in the world. So allow your creativity to be your currency. And that is how you will go from a debtor and scarce into wealth and innovation and full systemic impactual change that will literally change this planet and humanity for future generations. Nobody's coming to save you. You're here to save yourself. Now is the time where you get to step forward and really be that change maker. Guys, I have got some amazing freebies for you. There is literally a webinar, there's resources, booklets, PDFs in there for you for free so that you can find out all about these amazing tax exemptions, right? So that's for all of you guys that just want more information, need to know more about it. But then there's some of you out there that are like, actually, I want to know about this. I want to be doing this like right now. I wanted this like 10 years ago before I lost $1 million in tax. How can I get this set up right now? And you're ready to go. You guys go into my show notes and book a call in my calendar, because let's chat. You're ready. I'm here for you.